For years, the idea of Rush stepping back onto a stage without Neil Peart felt almost unthinkable. His passing in 2020 didn't just mark the end of an era, it etched a silent full stop into one of rock's most celebrated stories. Fans mourned not just for the man, but for what his absence meant. Rush, as they knew it, was over. The band's last tour had been framed as their farewell. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson had moved on quietly, honoring Neil's legacy with dignity, never hinting at anything more. So when an unexpected video dropped on October 6, 2025, the rock world collectively held its breath. The two remaining founding members appeared side by side, older but unmistakably themselves, and delivered the words no one saw coming. Rush was going back on tour. For the first time in more than a decade, the lights would rise again, the amplifiers would roar, and those complex, heart-rattling rhythms would echo through arenas. But there was a twist. This time, someone new would be sitting behind the drum kit. The moment they mentioned a new drummer, reactions exploded online. Shock, curiosity, even disbelief. How could anyone possibly fill that seat? And yet, as the video continued, they said a single name, one that instantly sent ripples through the drumming community and lit up social media like wildfire. A name that no one had quite predicted, but that everyone would soon be talking about, because the drummer they revealed wasn't just anyone. It was Anika Nilles. And overnight, the legacy of Rush entered a brand new chapter. Long before the world even knew her name, Anika Nilles was already behind closed doors, deep in the heart of Rush's world. While fans endlessly speculated on forums and social media about whether the band would ever return to the stage, something far more significant was happening in total secrecy. Months earlier, Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson had quietly flown Anika to Toronto, not for a press event, not for an audition in front of cameras, but for a private jam session inside their rehearsal space. It was a calculated risk. Neil Peart's drumming wasn't just technically demanding. It was sacred ground. His fills, his timing, his intricate arrangements had become a language only he could speak. But within minutes of sitting down at the kit, Anika began speaking it fluently. Lee and Lifeson reportedly watched in disbelief as she powered through Rush's complex catalog. Not just nailing the rhythms, but capturing the feel of Peart's style, something few drummers had ever managed. By the end of that first session, there was no doubt they had found someone extraordinary. What started as a quiet test quickly turned into a full-scale collaboration. Since March 2025, the trio has been meeting in secret, rehearsing an astonishing 35 songs from Rush's legendary catalog. No press leaks, no cryptic social media hints. Just three musicians in a room, exploring what the future could sound like. While the fanbase debated hypotheticals, Rush was already in the studio, testing their future. For many Rush fans, Neil Peart isn't just a drummer, he's the drummer. His presence behind the kit was more than rhythmic, it was almost spiritual. Every fill, every odd-time signature, every thunderous solo carried the weight of decades of innovation and intensity. His performances weren't just shows, they were rituals. So when Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson announced that someone new would be taking that seat, the reaction wasn't just surprise. Rush themselves didn't shy away from the magnitude of the moment. In their announcement, they called the role near impossible, and they weren't exaggerating. Neil wasn't merely part of Rush, he defined its heartbeat. Replacing him isn't like swapping out a band member, it's like rewriting part of musical history. Across social media, message boards lit up with debates that ran deeper than simple fan chatter. Some were cautiously optimistic, praising Anika's skill and presence. Others were skeptical, even defensive, fearing that stepping into Neil's place might somehow dilute his legacy. There were emotional posts from longtime fans saying they'd never be able to watch a Rush show again without feeling his absence. And yet, beneath all that skepticism lies a universal truth. Neil's shoes can never truly be filled. The task isn't to replace him, it's to honor him, to carry the music forward without erasing the man who made it legendary. For Anika Nilles, this isn't just a gig. It's stepping into a role wrapped in reverence, pressure, and history. The question hanging in the air is simple, but profound. How do you step into a legend's shoes? Anika Nilles may be new to the Rush universe, but she's no stranger to pressure. Long before her name hit headlines, she'd already built a reputation as a world-class drummer, one stage at a time. In 2022, she joined the late guitar legend Jeff Beck on tour, a gig that's anything but easy. Beck's music is famously complex and fluid, demanding a drummer who can match his improvisational genius in real time. Night after night, Anika delivered. She didn't just keep up. Beyond that, she's become a fixture at major drumming events around the globe. From the UK Drum Show to international festivals, her name regularly appears alongside some of the most respected percussionists in the world. Her performances are known for their precision, musicality, and unmistakable groove, qualities that caught the attention of musicians far beyond the drumming community. And if that weren't enough, Anika has carved out her own creative lane with 4 solo albums spanning nearly a decade. Picalar, 2017, For a Colorful Soul, 2020, Opuntia, 2022, and False Truth, 2015. Each record showcases not just her technical brilliance, but her ability to write, compose, and push rhythmic boundaries in ways few modern drummers dare to attempt. This isn't her first time playing under pressure. She's shared the stage with legends before, and she's proven time and again that she belongs among them. Within hours of the October 6th announcement, the Rush fandom went into overdrive. Clips from the video spread like wildfire across X, Reddit, Instagram, and every major rock forum you could think of. For a band that had been silent for years, this single piece of news ignited a conversation that was emotional, passionate, and in some corners, fiercely divided. On one side, fans celebrated the decision with excitement. Many praised Geddy and Alex for choosing someone with both extraordinary skill and a unique musical voice. They saw Anika's addition not as a replacement, but as a new chapter, a way to honor Neil Peart's legacy while keeping the music alive. Drummers around the world flooded her Instagram with messages of support, some calling the announcement the most inspiring news in years. But not everyone was on board. For some lifelong Rush fans, the thought of anyone sitting behind Neil's drum kit felt almost sacrilegious. Threads popped up with emotional posts about how irreplaceable he was, how no one could ever truly capture his presence. Some expressed cautious skepticism, others blunt refusal to accept the change. In the middle of the chaos, Anika herself kept it graceful. She reshared the announcement on her Instagram story with a heartfelt message. "It's truly an honor. Big shoes to fill. Thank you, Geddy and Alex, for trusting me and welcoming me on this incredible journey with you." Her response struck the right chord. Humble, respectful, and genuine. But make no mistake, the conversation had only just begun. Within hours, the fandom was on fire. And the debate? It's far from over. Mark your calendars, because on June 7, 2026, Rush will take the stage at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles to kick off what might be one of the most anticipated rock tours in modern history. Aptly named the 50-something tour, it's not just another round of greatest hits. It's a full-scale celebration of Rush's legendary career and a heartfelt tribute to the man who defined their sound for decades. This will be the band's first tour in over a decade. For many fans, it's something they never thought they'd witness again. The setlist, rumored to feature a staggering 35 songs from across their discography, has been carefully curated to honor Neil Peart's legacy while reintroducing that music to a new generation of fans. There will be no gimmicks, no replacements in spirit, just the music, played with precision, love, and reverence. And at the heart of it all, behind the drum kit, will be Anika Nilles. Every eye in the arena will be fixed on that spot. It's not just because of the pressure she's under. It's because what happens on that throne will define how this next chapter of Rush's history is remembered. This isn't just another rock tour. It's a historic moment, and all eyes are on the drummer's throne. In many ways, this moment feels bigger than a tour. It's the merging of two worlds. A German drummer with a modern, fearless voice stepping into the sacred legacy of a Canadian band that defined generations of rock fans. It's emotional, unprecedented, and undeniably bold. Rush isn't just coming back to play music. They're opening a new chapter in a story that many believed had already ended. For Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson, this tour isn't about replacing Neil Peart. It's about honoring him while allowing the music to breathe again. For Anika Nilles, it's the opportunity of a lifetime. Can they accept this evolution while still holding on to the reverence they've always had for Neil? This could be a turning point, a respectful rebirth, or it could be a moment frozen in time, remembered as a bold but untouchable legacy. The truth is, no one knows exactly how it will unfold. But that uncertainty is what makes this story so powerful. Will this be the rebirth Rush fans didn't know they needed? Or a legacy too untouchable to replicate? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives.